Since August 2005 and presently serving as a secretary of Sajapur Toastmaster Club. Please invite Toastmaster Rajesh Bhattal, who is attempting Speak to Inform manual to complete his ACB 10 speech. He is attempting project 5, that is the abstract concept from the Speak to Inform manual. The objectives of this project are as follows. Research and analyze an abstract concept, theory, or historical force, or social or political issue. Present the ideas in a clear, interesting manner. Note to the timer. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. Rajesh Bhattal, the question of existence. The question of existence, Rajesh Bhattal.
Gentlemen, ladies, unilateralis cordyceps. Gentlemen, ladies, unilateralis cordyceps. This little fungi attacks the ants by the way of respiration and then invades the ant's brain and then takes control of the ant's body. And it starts feeding this ant from inside out. And after having fed enough, it makes sure that the ant is alienated from its colony, and it makes the ant as a vehicle and finds the best stem, best leaf conducive to its own growth. So the ant steps out, finds the best spot conducive for this particular fungi, and it makes this ant bite so hard, so abnormally on the stem that this ant dies. And for the next 4 to 7 days, this particular fungi, unilateralis cordyceps, eats the ant inside out. And then right after that, something out of a science fiction movie, this fungi's fruiting body erupts from the ant's body. And then it bursts. And this fungal spores, microscopic fungal spores, spread across to other unsuspecting ants. So little fungi, a microscopic fungi, does this to an ant. It uses an ant as food and drives around an ant as a vehicle, uses the ant as shelter. And then as an ultimate monument to itself, it bursts, erupts, spreads. You dear sirs and ma'am, you have 10 times more bacteria in your body than your own cells. You're not a being, you are a colony of bacteria sitting here. So what is to tell where your own environment begins and where it starts? What is to tell that every decision that you make is your own conscious decision and not the collective wisdom of a bacterial colony inside you? That craving you have for chocolate, who is to tell that it's your own and not the bacteria? And that sweet girl you thought you loved, who is to tell that you really loved her and it was not one set of bacteria wanting another? So the question of life is quite abstract. So why do we exist? So for all we know, you were once a part of an animal extinct in the past. Or perhaps you're part of that star which first collided this planet to give life existence in the first place. One day you will cease to exist. You will die. And you will be part of an animal. Or perhaps you will take birth as that lamp lit to invoke the blessings of the gods. Or maybe you will take birth as a fire on a burning pyre and liberate a life from the clutches of life and death. Maybe you will mix into the minerals, dissolve in water, rise in a plant, sprout as a seed, grow as a fruit, be pecked by a bird, and fall down as bird shit and mix with the soil and take life all over again. Universe has a way of recycling every atom of your body. But interestingly, nature has a balancing act. Unilateral cordyceps, a zombifying fungi, as much as it looks, is again a trick by nature. Ants, if allowed to have their own way, would eat each and every creature, including you and me. So, nature, the universe, plays a tricking card. Every time any creature in the jungles, in the universe, start overpopulating and tries to imbalance the act of nature, this particular fungi attacks them. It attacks ants and every other creature that tries to overpopulate and try to take the balance of nature. Since the time I began this speech, 500 million cells in your body have died and have been replaced. 500 million. As much as a colony of bacteria you and I have been, every moment of our life, every moment in time, our own body tries to reinvent and revisit our own selves, to give it a meaning, to give it a question, a science of existence, to give it a purpose. In that great British philosopher Alan Watts' words, it's entirely plausible, it's extremely plausible, that this trip between the maternity ward to the crematorium is what there is to life. Man, after all, if you look at, is a tiny germ living on an unimportant rotating rock that revolves around an insignificant star on the outer rim edges of one of the smaller galaxies. Hear me out, hear this out. This insignificant creature that you and I are has inside his skull a neurological contraption so conducive, so intelligent, so brilliant, that it places you in the center of the ever-expansive, incredible galaxies and has the capability to measure it all, invent the gods you haven't seen, and give a purpose to your life. That makes this whole story of abstractness, this whole story of life, this whole story of universe extraordinary. And that makes you, my friends, extraordinary. Thank you so much.